If you have Uranus or Aquarius in your 8th house, in the natural house of Scorpio or Pluto, this video is for you. And this is a very special video because we're talking about outer planets, and Uranus is an outer planet. It's not always the most significant aspect of your chart, but it does add more information. But when it's being in your 8th house, it becomes a little bit more important. First, 7th, 4th, and 10th. Let's talk about the 8th house. 8th house, all about the emotions, okay? So the 8th house emotions, because it's a water house and it's like more of a darker, more of a subconscious, like dark side of you, that aspect, like the shadow that you have, because it represents the emotions that are associated with rage, jealousy, envy, possessiveness, revengefulness, all these emotions, okay, and the emotion around them, because you may have an urge to act on them. And if you have 8th house full of 8th house, you will have more urge than an average person who don't have active 8th house. A 8th house represents all these darker emotions that we may repress. We may not like when they come to the surface or when they manifest in response to something that's going on, the event, situation, person, whatever. And if we just like try to like repress it and not deal with it, it's going to be a problem. See, with this placement, it's different because Uranus tries to, like, wherever it's placed, it's going to mean that, you know, you would want to approach that area of life very unconventionally, very differently from the way other people approach it. And in this way, you will actually may push yourself into this situation where you repeat that pattern until you fully detach, because that's what Aquarius is all about. Aquarius detaches, and the reason why they're detached is because they've put themselves into that position where, like, they've been taken advantage of, or they felt these emotions, they gave in, you know, couldn't hold themselves, they gave into emotions, and they do that many times until they fully understand and they detach, you know. So like that's how Aquarius becomes cold, because they've experienced it too many times, and now they're ready to like not give a fuck about it, and pretty much anything after that point. Like, they may approach differently, where they detach, where they may repeat mistakes and allow themselves to learn. And then sex, just sexual life, and by looking at the 8th house with placements and planets, we can find whether, like, what kind of things like you like in sex. So here we have experimentation, because Uranus is very like unconventional, so like up to experimentation, and may follow a very unconventional sexual life. Oh, another thing, they, you know, people with this placement, they may struggle with being like in between, that this dichotomy between being like passionate and lustful and everything, and then being cold and just detached. So they may, like, in relationships especially, these people may also have telepathic and you know, psychic abilities, whether they recognize them or not. But overall, this placement means that also, like, because Uranus represents change, unpredictable change, and sometimes these people may experience where like their life changes drastically, completely, or either they change it, or they're usually because 8th house is other people usually, so other people bring these changes, like death, interested in death and what happens after death, these people, and want to experiment with these topics. But so like something happens in their life, like it may become a pattern if you pay attention, if you have harder aspects with this Uranus, where, you know, something happens and everything changes, everything ends, and then new phase of life begins. But or also possible that you may inherit money through marriage, or some fortune. But yeah, things may happen that may completely change the direction of your life. Let me know if this resonates.